They got Paulo? But how? Does that mean they knew about the ghost? Or does that mean that Paulo killed him, that it was Paulo, and not Garv like I assumed? Garv's certainly out. Donovan. Any intel for us?
I hear things. The voices break. They scatter in every direction now. The path is now unclear. This is the chance for redemption. Beware the Black Reaper. Its eyes are everywhere, but it can only see red. Death has merely deepened its madness. From below it screams in fury. Its own mind was destroyed by its incredible power. It is an almighty fool. It waits for you in the Black Room. Tell me, do you understand all that has happened?
I think so.
It has all been for a reason. There are no accidents. You may not have realized it, but you were drawn here. Perhaps you could always hear their voices, just as I have all these years. There is something special about you. Yes, you are the only one here who can stop this.
We lost Paulo. We lost Donovan. I know the toilet ghost said there had to be a sacrifice, but I figured I already was that sacrifice. I figured that we didn't need another one. Where is everybody? Is it nighttime or daytime? You can't tell when you're below deck like this. Every life on this ship matters. Every one of them has their own motivations, their own ideas, their own personalities. And to just snuff them out like that. Hello, everyone. I'm afraid I have some more dreadful news. I don't want to cause any panic, but these things must be said. It would appear that 2 more people on the ship have gone missing. This morning, the ship's staff and I did a comprehensive search of this ship. Donovan, the passenger from room 201, is missing. So was the passenger from room 205. A boy named Paulo, if I remember correctly. Oh my god. Just like the captain. Why is this happening?
We've got no idea. But if it was unclear before what happened to the captain, I think we know now.
This changes everything. Who will be next? How can we be sure we're safe? Where's Gwen? I don't see her anywhere. Shouldn't she hear about this? She knows. That's right. When we were searching the ship, we found something very troubling. Very troubling indeed. In Gwen's room, we found a key. A very particular key. The ship's master key. It can open any door in the entire ship. It had gone missing from the pilot house not long ago. So, what does that have to do with these recent disappearances? You can tell them, Sue. Right. Okay. Before he went missing, I talked to Donovan. He was searching for the captain, who he believed was still on the ship. In order to find her, he had gotten hold of the master key. I saw it in his room. When he disappeared, so did the key, and then we found it in Gwen's room. No, that can't be right. I don't believe it.
Well, we didn't have to believe it. We saw it ourselves. It's hard to come by any other conclusion. And honestly, I'm not too surprised. She was kind of crazy.
What's happened to her? Where is she? You can be at ease, Quella. We have only restrained Gwen in the observation room. I think everything is simpler that way. After we land, we can ensure that she stays on board while the proper authorities take a look at this case. There is a lot of information to take in at once, I know. I'm truly sorry that things have reached this point. But I want everyone to know that they have no reason to feel they are in danger. The situation has been controlled. We will reach land in a couple days. This awful affair will be behind us before you know it. I don't understand. I can't believe Gwen could do something like that. And maybe you shouldn't. What do you mean? You don't think it was her? At first glance, it might seem like Gwen having the key implicates her, maybe. But think, what doors does the master key open? All of them, of course, including the door to Gwen's room. What if someone took the key from Donovan, used it to get into Gwen's room, and planted it there? You're right. They could have done it overnight while she was asleep. Anyone could have done that. So in reality, it tells us nothing. I think the truth is still out there, and we have to find it. Getting to that truth might involve clearing Gwen's name. I have a lot to think about. I'm sure you do as well. Take care of yourself, and be safe. Thank you, Garv. I'm glad I'm not the only one here who has a little faith. Take care of yourself, too. The real criminal must still be free. Daryl, I trust you. What do you think about all of this?
3 people have been killed or abducted. No witnesses, no crime scene, no evidence. I think the truth died along with the captain. I think it's hopeless.
Oh, Daryl. I forgot about him. I guess he is also a suspect, being a white male. Saying it's hopeless. I thought that there were 2 days left of the voyage 2 days ago. I suppose probably what happened is... I don't know what happened. I guess it's because we changed the course of the ship when we were Ferdinand. It must be sunrise. Yeah, he can't observe this wall. Yeah, he does indeed drink alcohol. No, so this is what it's like when you drink whiskey, huh?
How's the book going?
Usually when people ask, I try to sound optimistic, but it's awful. I feel like the idea is good, but I'm unable to make it real. Once again, so relatable. My writing just feels so clumsy and inadequate. Sometimes I spend entire evenings mulling over one scene, but still don't complete it. And at the end of the day, I'm scared that I'm just writing a boring book.
I believe in you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You said you know what death looks like. What does that mean?
I know, it sounds really dramatic. I just mean, people that have come to terms with their death act differently. They see the world in a different way. You struck me as that kind of person.
And how do you know so much about this?
Well, I've got several months left to live, so there's that. Yeah, you took the word out of my mouth, Daryl.
What?
Yeah, I've got cancer pretty much all over my body. It's the liver cancer that's gonna do it, though. Not gonna lie, my liver is a total mess. I think I'm looking at 3 or 4 months now.
Have you been treated?
Couldn't afford health insurance. Obviously, without that, couldn't afford treatment. Damn it, United States. Damn it! Considering that, I've had a pretty long run. Cancer is persistent, but it can be slow, too.
I can afford it. I'll help you pay for whatever you need.
No, I appreciate it, I really do, but it's too late for that. At this point, the cancer must have spread everywhere. There isn't much that can be done now.
Why aren't you back with your family?
I spent lots of time with them since I first got the news. But I also wanted to spend some time with myself, just writing. When it comes time, I'll head back and see everyone again. Say my goodbyes. I didn't realize what a personal thing, how serious this novel is. This novel is her gift, her legacy to the world. And like I said, death isn't sad because it exists. It's sad when it happens before the person's finished.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Don't get like that. Just how life goes sometimes.
You're so upbeat about this.
I guess it could look that way. I've just gotten used to it. It took a while. At first I was devastated, of course. Eventually it sunk in that this was going to happen and there was nothing I could do to stop it. That this is all I have. All I'm ever going to have. I had to come to terms with that. I had to continue living and be happy despite that. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was worth it. Oh, Quella! Oh, Quella! No wonder she thought of time ticking. She saw the sand flowing through the hourglass. Life is but a moment, a single grain of sand. Passes right through the hourglass, right through your hand. How are you holding up now? I'm okay. It's fine. It was all my fault anyway. I should have known better. You said you came here to travel? Yeah, I'm not here for the excellent resume building opportunity. I just wanted to get out, see a bit more of the world. It's not as romantic as it sounds. Sounds like you want to get a more stable job. Actually, I'll go with the gap year thing. A gap year? Yeah, that's what I did. Because I graduated last year from college. Oh. Sorry. He wouldn't be talking like this if he knew her story. But of course he doesn't, so. Oh, Quella. You're a good person. Sounds like you want to get a more stable job. Maybe. If I just get a desk job, I'd probably meet other kinds of people. A lot of the people here are different. Maybe I'd fit in better in a place like that. Now, I was kind of intending to talk to him about, the woman that's tied up in the corner who might be a serial killer, but clearly, he didn't want to. Don't worry, Gwen. I'm going to try and prove you're innocent. Really? Oh, thank you. I think you're the only person who really believes in me. But what can you do? Who was there when they found the key in your room? All of the ship's staff. Ferdinand, Mercurio, Sue, and Alton. They apparently had been searching all of the ship together. Have you been able to talk to any of them? No, well, it's not like I can walk up to them and say hi. If they come in here, though, I can try to speak to them and pick their minds. I'd really like to talk to them, honestly. This wouldn't be the first time a key was in a place it shouldn't be. What do you mean? I just wonder if one of the crew members in particular knows more about the master key than they're letting on. I wouldn't know, do they? I'll see you later. Hang in there. Not much else she can do. We're gonna be a detective. Let's start with Sue. Yeah, sure. So, I found this box in your room. Oh, that... Wait, you went into my room? Snooping around a staff's room like that is... I found Daryl's key. I'm assuming you stole it. That's a pretty bold assumption. As it happens, he left it behind in the dining room and, I was going to return it. Forget it. It's not worth it. I don't need to blackmail her about anything. Truthfully, I think it might make sense to go talk to, Gwen with the various staff members. Hey, Gwen. Sue, please tell them. It wasn't me. You're friends with them. They'd listen to you. You know it wasn't me, right? I don't know that, no. If it wasn't you, who was it? What? I don't know. I really don't know. I think you're mistaken. I don't have any friends. What do you mean? What about Mercurio, Alton, Quella? You get along with them so well. Gwen, don't be so naive. Look around. None of us are friends here. I don't understand. Well, that didn't amount to much, did it? Well, we know where they're holding the bodies, we just don't know who they are, or how to tell anyone. Well, if we had absolute possession over someone, we might, but the issue is, I hate to say it, but I don't trust Ferdinand with all this. Gwen trusted him, and look where it got her.
Hey there.
Hey, do you think I'm guilty? That I killed Donovan and Paulo?
Nah, not really.
Then why don't you say anything? Why don't you tell the others? I don't understand. You know, it's because Mark has he has a sort of ethic about these things, and you know that. He's talked about all this stuff lots of times before. This is such weird music. Whee! I certainly didn't expect it to end up like this. You have to believe me, I'm innocent. I have no idea what happened to Donovan and Paulo, and I wasn't part of it. Why won't you listen?
How's it going?
Not well.
Bye. Woo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, I don't know what I expected. Where did, Quella go? There she is. Might as well make sure, she was going up here to check on Gwen. Gwen is still alive. The issue is they're tied up the killer won't go for her because she's, his alibi. You think there's anything we can do to find the killer? I don't know. I'm not exactly a private eye. But you'd think that between the captain, Donovan, and Paulo, they'd have slipped up somewhere at least. In addition, there's the matter of Gwen. If she really is being framed, maybe there's something there. Where would I look for clues about Donovan or Paulo? Or first, where would I look to prove Gwen is innocent? Well, yeah, we can't prove her innocence, we can just demonstrate others' guilt, so... Well, the staff said they searched everyone's rooms already. But, well, I don't think it'd hurt to take a second look at Paulo's room. Everyone says he always stayed in his room. Odds are it's the scene of a crime. I already asked the first mate to let me in, but he said he wanted it closed down. Afraid people might tamper with evidence. Someone could get in there, though. I wonder what they'd find. Where could I look to prove Gwen is innocent? This key was planted in her room. That clears her. Simple as that. Now, if it was planted, that seems to point towards one of the staff members. Only they know where they would search, so they could be sure the plant was found. Do you know any of the staff members that might be capable of pulling off something like that? Thanks for the help. Hey, we're all in this together, right? Well, we can't unlock the door, but there's going to be a miracle today. Time for a miracle. My God, they didn't necessarily kill him, but it's very possible. Yeah! Do it! You're a good kitty, Sunshine. If only we had this music playing when we were Quella. It just seems so much more appropriate. And then, on a spur of the moment, she just gets this strong feeling that the door has been unlocked. Now someone else will finally be able to see Paulo's room. Shame it's too late, huh? The bed sheets have been pulled all over the place. After searching through the bed sheets and under the bed, nothing of note was found. If Paulo went missing overnight, could this be where the struggle started? The suitcase is open and there are clothes spilling out of it. Investigate. Suitcase contains clothes, crumpled pictures, and some textbooks. Examine the textbooks. There's textbooks for essay writing, biology, American history, and trigonometry. Trigonometry? Isn't that high school math? How old was this kid? Examine the pictures. There's a picture of a boy and what appears to be a husband and wife standing beside him. They're dressed formally, and they're standing in a very exquisitely furnished room. Guess this is Paulo and his parents, huh? They don't seem to like smiling for the camera. He probably wasn't a very happy guy. A couple of the drawers have been pulled out. On the side of the dresser, is that blood? Investigate the... Well, when you say investigate it, I want to be clear. You should not touch it, okay? Just look at it. Is this Paulo's blood? My God. It looks like he was smashed into the side of the dresser really hard. Who would do this to just a child? Evil. Most of the drawers simply contain clothes and have nothing interesting in them. The drawer hanging open on the top, however, has a bracelet resting on some socks. The bracelet and socks have been stained red with blood. Has the letter M engraved on it. There's a book on the ground. It's titled Overcoming Shyness. It seems to be a self-help book. The pages are bent and crumpled by the way it's been thrown to the ground. The book's open to page 105. There doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary about it. Wait a second. The next page is missing. It looks like it got torn out somehow. There's only a jagged scrap left. So if we could find that page somewhere... I don't know why, but this seems like a really important detail. I should remember this. It might come up again later. There's a teddy bear lying on the ground. Looks a little beat up. Investigate it. Strange. When I look at this doll, I get a weird feeling. Like it's looking back at me. Let's get out of here before Ferdinand shows up and yells at us. We did it! Yay! No one's gotten caught so far. Investigating. Except Donovan. But really, I could see the killer being well aware of everything that's going on. We have no idea who they are, where on the ship they are right now, because we don't know who they are. A missing page, huh? You know what? Before I go anywhere else, I should probably save. Wrong room! Hey, did you lose a bracelet recently by any chance?
Oh, let me guess. Did that little shit give it to you? That's just great. I was looking for it all. Wait, what's wrong?
I found a bracelet with the letter M on it in Paulo's room, covered in blood.
No way. Just a second ago, I was talking about a different bracelet.
What were you doing in Paulo's room, Mercurio?
I never went in there, I swear. I mean, not by myself. Sure, I went in with Alton, Sue, and Ferdinand for the search. That's when the kid was found missing. That was the only time. I never went in that room before or after, I swear to God.
There's no way you would have left the bracelet in there during the search. You're not telling me the truth.
No, I didn't leave the bracelet in during the search. I barely entered the room. But I never went in at any other time either. Look, it was that stupid cat. I ran into it last night and it started attacking me. Went completely nuts. I was caught off guard, and when I reacted, the bracelet just kind of flew off. The cat must have nabbed it and carried it around for a while. I just assumed it gave it to you, like a gift or something. I had no idea it'd be put in Paulo's room, of all places.
It could be Garv, like I thought. Maybe Garv is having the cat bring him these things. What would other people think if they heard about this?
Hey, hold up. Look, you have to... Wait a sec. How did you get into that room anyway? Wasn't it supposed to be sealed off to passengers?
Well, he's not gonna believe this. Does it matter? There was even blood on your bracelet.
It kinda matters considering you weren't supposed to be in there in the first place. When we did a search of the ship, there were multiple people, so we could all back up what we saw. You went in there by yourself and could have tampered with things without anyone knowing.
He's got us there.
So you're saying you broke in, and no one can back you up. Look, I never set foot in there besides the search, and I sure never left anything of mine in there. I wonder if anyone saw the cat moving around with my bracelet. That'd validate my story. Maybe it would try and give it to its owner as a gift or something.
Well, we're gonna go talk to Garv, aren't we? Once again, I feel like I should save first. I just feel like I'm burning bridges. I feel like things are happening that can't be undone. Well, I mean, things that happen all the time, can't be undone, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's just this feeling I get. Before we go see Garv, okay, there's something I want to try. I looked this up in a walkthrough, but apparently, and I don't know how you're supposed to know this, but you can talk to Gwen as a ghost now. A shiver just went down my spine. I can feel someone's eyes on me. Wait. That's it? Is that... am I... Well, it seems the walkthrough may have misled me somewhat. It is suggested there was a much more elaborate dialogue to listen to. Well, what can you... Wait a minute. Hold on, could I have talked to people this whole time? You could! Well, I mean, obviously it's not going to help us too much, but I'm surprised I never even tried to do that before. It was a very telling thing that Quella just said. What does First Mate say? Doody-doo. Guess it was nothing. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. A walkthrough also said you could do this with Daryl, and once again, I don't think it's gonna work here. I have a feeling maybe I needed to get more memories of what? Apple? Come on, Apple! Why the hell does Windows always do this kind of crap?
Well, I guess I should be glad it happened now rather than at some more critical moment later, when I was about to do something that, for example, would have actually worked. I mean, that would sure be nice, right? I just can't get her out of my head. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. We should have gotten more memories back earlier. Maybe then something would be different here. But before we go talk to Garv, I would like to I'd like to try. Let's look over our evidence so far. Our evidence of who the killer is nothing. We have no evidence at all. We know that something was going on this ship, but we don't even know if that has anything to do with this killer, since Donovan suggested it was just some serial killer who chose this ship because it would be isolated. His victims wouldn't be able to escape. But based on what Donovan said, assuming he wasn't stretching the truth a bit to get Sue off his back... Oh, I listened to music all the way, huh? Is it gonna start back up? I guess not. I mean, I'm gonna turn on some music. Oh, we have a lot of music now. Something weird. Yeah, that's pretty weird. I'm surprised you just have this in your playlist, honestly, dude. Kind of odd taste there, Alton. But yeah, the atmosphere has definitely changed very much from what it was at the beginning. We've gone from cheery ship, cheery onboard antics to people are dying. In any case, if Donovan can be believed, the killer is a white male. So that means we have Alton, Daryl, Ferdinand, and Garv. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone. Of all of these, I'd say the most likely is probably Garv. We don't know much about Garv. He doesn't seem to like people too much, or be terribly cut up about deaths. He doesn't trust people. He seems kind of uneasy about something or other. So I'm just saying. Now after that, I almost can't believe Ferdinand could really be anything dangerous. He's such a goofy, weirdo, foolish person. But you never know. I mean, there's something weird with him if he can't even, clearly think. He probably has some kind of learning disability. I mean, his thoughts are just hum-de-dum-de-doo. Although he does have a more competent side, of course. And then there's Alton. We don't have any evidence on Alton. We have no reason to suspect it's Alton, and Alton seems like the most milquetoast, normal, undangerous guy we have here. I'm aware undangerous isn't a word. You know what I mean. I don't think it's Alton. Daryl? Well, once again, Daryl does have some mental health issues, but I don't think he's dangerous. Now, of course, the vast majority of people with mental health issues are not dangerous at all. But, well, maybe to themselves. I think Daryl's a threat to himself, but I don't think he's hurting anybody. So, let's go find Quella, and we're gonna go talk to Garv. Because maybe he'll have something to say about the necklace, maybe? Or the bracelet. It's not a necklace. Oh, hey, Quella, come back. Quella, come back, Quella. You gonna... Quella, She was on her way to go see him anyway. Now, you might say this is rather dangerous. I mean, she's a great person, and I'm putting her in the line of danger this way. And that's true. But, she's gonna die in a few months, and if she can die, and in doing so save this ship full of about 10 people, maybe like 8 or 7 or so now, that's something heroic. She's a hero. Did you see your cat last night? Well, sure. She comes in and out of my room all the time. Did she have anything with her, like a bracelet? Yeah, actually, she did come back with some kind of jewelry last night.
I assume she stole it out of one of the passengers' rooms. I tried to take it back from her, but she got away from me. Where did she come from and where did she go? She likes to get into the vents here and crawl around. Quite dirty. Last night she came from the vent in my room. It's connected to an empty room and Gwen's room. When I tried to grab the bracelet from her, she ran out of my door. I couldn't tell you where she went after that. She's very skilled at sneaking into different places. I feel like she probably would have, I think that, I believe Mercurio. I believe that, I'm not sure about how he lost the bracelet's true, but I believe that the cat just dumped it there. But did the bracelet have any blood on it? I don't recall there being any blood on it. I'm not sure why there would be any. What's going on? I found the bracelet she was carrying in Paulo's room. Really? Well then I guess I know where she went. She seemed to hang out around the empty room next to his a lot, so that would make sense. Say, if you saw the bracelet in Paulo's room, how did you know my cat had it last night? Tell the truth. Bracelet belonged to Mercurio. He said your cat attacked him and took it. Is that so? How strange. Sunshine isn't the most personable cat in the world, but she wouldn't actually attack anybody. Not unless she was provoked. It sounds to me like Mercurio isn't telling the entire truth. The bracelet is really incriminating. Why would he cover things up now? Or actually, I'll ask this. You think he provoked your cat? Why would he do that? Good question, and I think I may have some idea. Mercurio's wrist would be way over Sunshine's head. He is, after all, a full-grown human, and she is not. Leaping that height and grabbing directly at his wrist beggars belief. She's a good jumper, but still. What if, instead, the bracelet was already in reach because his hand was in front of her face? In that case, he was either kneeling down or she was on top of a table or dresser. Maybe she was in the way. The bracelet's really incriminating. Why would he cover things up now? Because the full truth makes things even worse for him. I don't honestly know what would be able to force the rest out of him. The vent that Sunshine came from also leads to Gwen's room. Does she play any role in this? So, Mercurio ran into my cat in Gwen's room. It's pretty suspicious. Still, I wonder... It's kind of odd that he's walking around now, or whatever. Still, I wonder that the implications of this may run even deeper. We should keep this in mind. It might be important later on. I'll say. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. Well, you know what? I guess it's time for Sunshine to open that door. Or actually, hold on. I was saying earlier that the problem we have now is that we can't, we don't have our full body because we haven't been, or at least my assumption is that the flame is going to form something closer to the captain's body, because look at her shape. I mean, we are shaped more like a person now than we were before. I kinda hate to do this to someone like Quella, use her this way, but... What can you tell me about the captain? Still hard for me to believe she's gone, but with everything that's happened. I liked her. She didn't get along with everyone, but she was just trying to do her best. She could be kind of abrasive, but I think it's just because she was so new. So, I think that the last question Wait, it looks like we have not completely asked any of these. So, yes, I, say she's abrasive and, and she didn't get a... Yeah, haven't we already done this dialogue? Yeah, we definitely have. I don't think we asked this one. For how long was she the captain? This was her first voyage on the ship. She'd barely been here at all. Why would anyone want to harm her? I don't think we should talk to Gwen, right? It might be kind of inappropriate, but can we? Actually, that would be very useful. No, I don't. That sounds really scary, actually. Why would there be hidden areas in the first place? Let's be honest, I don't think, even if we did find the killer, they're not going to give us a straight answer if we ask them that. Yeah, what can you tell me about the captain? Let's focus on this for now. I didn't really know her all that well. She was a strange person. How long had she been captain of the ship? Just for this trip. She was hired on at the last second. Guess things came up, but they can't just cancel the trip, so they settled. So strange in what way? Don't take it the wrong way, I really liked her. She was just very honest. Yeah, we already talked to Sue about this part. In good ways and in harsh ways. She didn't seem to know what tact was. She got into arguments with Mark a lot, and I remember one time she almost made Alton cry. And how did she get along with you? We got along very smoothly. I was her young little sidekick. She was actually a very nice person, granted you told her what she wanted to hear. Hey Mercurio, I know you didn't like the captain so much. Oh, we're gonna talk to him like this as Alton, because I care less about, or I don't know. I know I care less about Alton, but at the same time, I consider Quella's gonna die sooner, and she's conducting an investigation. I don't want to screw up Alton's life, maybe even get him killed just because, just for this. Although in the long run, we'll save everybody. But anyway, what can you tell me about the captain?
Not much. It's a shame what's happened, that's for sure.
Is that all you can say?
I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? I work in the kitchen all day. She drives the ship. Didn't see her a lot.
But you haven't gotten along with her very well.
Everyone's a gossip around here, huh? Well, it's not my fault she was a Nazi about everything. I mean, look around you. You think this is a 4-star cruise line heading to Bermuda? And she couldn't accept other people's word on things. She had to micromanage everything.
What kind of things did she micromanage?
She always wanted to come back here and check on the stock and the appliances. I've been running this kitchen immaculately for a very long time. I know what I'm doing. We've got our own way of doing things here, and there are reasons for them. Very good reasons.
No, see? We've gotten some identity back. Now, before our ghost's appearance, the appearance of Smila's ghostly body changed. Whoa, we're like a person now! I was right! Is this who I was? What I looked like? I feel as if I could reach out and touch the real world. Can people see me? Can I interact with them? It would be pretty startling if a translucent nude woman appeared, wouldn't it? Okay, so... I'm kinda curious now. What would happen if we, say, hover near Alton like this? I just see the captain? No, that's not possible. The stress must really be getting to me. Okay. It seems my theory was right. We did need a bit more information about her. And... it's so surreal to actually have a body like this now. Or not really a body, but you know. Well, Gwen? Sis? Is that you? I thought you died all that time ago. Is that really you?
There's someone at the door. Is that him?
Gwen, it's me. Who is that? Please stay away. Well, Smila might be her sister, but I'm gonna assume... We don't know for sure. It's your sister. Alyssa, you shouldn't be here. If they see you outside your room at this hour, please go. So, she's not the captain's sister. She's just, in her desperate state, mistaken the captain for Alyssa. Or it could be Eliza, but it's spelled with an S, so I'm going with Alyssa. Who are they? They know. They have to. But they pretend they don't. They aren't here. It's just the two of us. You're lying. He can tell. He's watching me right now. I think that I was right in that it's a delusion that she's being stalked. The issue with this is that if people have delusions, you kind of gotta work with the delusions. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. No, he isn't watching you. He's far away. What? But why do I sense him watching? Always. You have good reasons for being scared, but you're safe now. No, I'm not. You know it's dangerous out there. I can tell you know. You've been hurt too. Pay close attention, Gwen. You're in a dream. This isn't real. Just like when we were kids. I'd wake up and there you are, letting me know it was a nightmare. But why? Why does it always feel so real? Because, Gwen, part of it is real. The part that still exists in your mind, what your mind recreates for you. But it's only a part, and it's not all true. Then how do I tell the difference? The nightmare when I sleep is the same as when I'm awake. Does it even matter which is which? Yes. The nightmare you are awake for is the one you can change. There are people that can help, Gwen. You don't have to carry this by yourself. But you have to take a leap of faith first. I feel different. It's like I'd been in a terrible dream for months. I'm not there anymore, and I never have to go back. Wait, did we go into her mind? I think we might have. Not much we could do if we possessed her now, though, huh? I was complaining earlier that you wouldn't know to try to talk to people as a ghost, but clearly I was wrong. They make it very clear, and I'm sorry I doubted the designers of Why Am I Dead at Sea. So this means we can speak to Daryl too, right?
Mary, it's really you, isn't it? I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I should have seen what was happening. How could I not have seen? It should have been me. It should have been me.
You know, Hemingway said you can learn a lot if you listen. Most people never listen. I think he was right. Pills? Is that like a bloody razor? You didn't deserve her. Pathetic. Worthless. He kind of sounds like these are some very destructive thoughts. And all of the things around him are constantly telling him it's his fault, huh? You know what? Even if it is your fault, do you think she would have wanted you to be miserable? I understand that you can't argue that way with with people who are in this state of mind, but I mean, seriously. Like, what the? That was odd. My phone appears to have been spying on me. Now I'm the one getting paranoid. But anyway, even if she is, dead, and this is callous and heartless because I'm some kind of monster, you've learned. I mean, you see your mistakes, But I suppose a life is a sacred thing. It's not the sort of thing whose loss can just be made up for. Hey, Daryl. Well, you know who Daryl thinks we are. Where are we?
Our house. I just got back from work.
What's all of that on the ground?
Oh God. No. Why? Why? Why?
What are you doing here?
I just got back from work. Like always.
That's not right. You're on the ship, remember?
No. I'm in our house.
Daryl, it's me.
Mary. Is that you?
Yes, I'm Mary. Smeela might have been a nice woman, but I don't think she could. I think she understands that this is the only way she can help him now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you.
Why are you sorry?
I should have done more. Should have noticed. It's my fault. I should have been there. It's my fault. It's my fault.
It's not your fault.
Then why? I don't understand. Why did you go?
Because I was sick.
Sick? What do you mean?
I wasn't myself. I was mentally ill and I wasn't being treated. I was having terrible thoughts, incredibly painful thoughts, and I couldn't escape them. My thoughts and feelings were distorted. I wasn't myself.
There had to be another way. I want to help you, but I can't. I couldn't.
I know. I'm sorry. I can't change what I've done. It's too late for me. But it's not too late for you, Daryl. You can still be happy. Maybe right now you don't even want to be happy, but someday you will, and you can. Please, don't give up hope.
I just had the strangest feeling wash over me. Like I just woke up from a living nightmare. Mary, was that the nightmare you were in at that time?
Yeah, can possess people somehow. I mean, I don't really need to. She's just a spirit of goodwill who just wants to help everyone. Hey, Ferdinand, I'd also like to speak to you if I may.
Why, hello there, ghost lady.
Actually, I don't believe in ghosts, so I'm probably having a psychotic break right now.
Boy, I really hate when I get those.
Yeah, I think you have some mental health issues too. Actually, on the subject of that.
Hey, I was thinking maybe I could hook this up with a computer and run music on it. I could keep it running automatically, maybe even 24/7. Wouldn't that be great? But which kind of music should I play? Dubstep or nightcore? Ferdinand is such a good-hearted simpleton. Hello everyone. I just want to let everyone know there's no reason to become alarmed. I hope you enjoy the rest of your cruise. By the way, is there anyone on board who knows how to steer a boat? Just joking. Yeah.
Ferdinand might not be good for much, but I'm confident he knows how to steer the boat. Mom? Is that you? No, that's just my head. Also, looked more like the captain when I think back on it. Guess I saw what I wanted to see. That's what everybody seems to be seeing, huh? Oh, hold on, we could see Garv this way. Hey, Garv. No way, that's impossible. Oh, it was nothing. I'm starting to lose it now, too. Maybe I really am getting too old for this. I need to retire. Yeah. Okay, so what are we gonna do next? Well, I guess we gotta carry on our investigation. I think it might be prudent to save first, though. Let's see, that's Ferdinand's room. This is Smila's room. I've never seen Mother-style graphics put to such oppressive use. Very well. You're a good person, Quella. And so I'm sorry to do this to you, but actually... Come on. We've got some people to talk to. Should we talk to Alton? I'm kind of curious what he does have to say about these things. I'm just sort of curious in general about what a milquetoast guy like him thinks. What do you think happened to Donovan and Paulo? Guess I have to face the truth. The captain is gone. Donovan and Paulo, well, they probably are too. I just don't understand. How? Was there anything we could have done? Do you believe that Gwen is guilty? I mean, I guess I have to, right? After what we found. Everyone seems pretty sure it was her. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't believe it no matter who it was. Why do you think well, we know why he thinks she did it, because the key was there, but what if the key was planted in her room? But planted? You mean someone put the key in her room on purpose to incriminate her? I guess that is possible, yeah? It wouldn't be hard since the key would be able to unlock the door to her room. In fact, I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. Well, now we've introduced that seed of doubt. Yeah, I don't think any of that's going to be that helpful. Hey there, my man. Let's learn what Donovan... Or not Donovan. My gosh, Donovan is dead. To me, Mark just kind of looks like a Donovan. But let's see what Mark... Let's get to the bottom of this. I found some interesting things in the kitchen cabinet and fridge.
You mean the cabinet and fridge that I always have tightly locked when I'm not around? Yes, I'm sure you have.
Found a box with weird notes in the cabinet.
Wait, how did you find that? I don't understand. Well, you probably have questions about that.
Were you being instructed to pick up and drop off things? What things?
Just supplies from the kitchen, really. Some food or water. Occasionally I've had to drop off things like blankets or cleaning supplies. It's all pretty mundane.
Who was writing those notes?
I don't know. I keep the notes to try and see if I can figure it out. The handwriting changes, meaning it's probably been different people over time. The only thing that's clear is that one of these people is on the ship now.
I would theorize it was the captain, but she's on the ship now. Why are the notes so vague and anonymous? Does anyone else know about this?
As far as I can tell, no. And I'd like it to stay that way. It seems shady, but if I wasn't doing this stuff, they'd pay someone else to. I've been trying to figure out who it is and what their goal is.
Stop making excuses. You're taking bribes.
Yeah, I am. If you're thinking of turning me in, consider this. Someone on this ship is the one bribing me, and you don't know who it is or how they'll react.
I didn't intend on reporting you anyway, I just wanted to get some information. Actually, yeah, you know, I just can't believe that these other things are that important. I mean, so he might drink alcohol, but so what? I mean, I'm not surprised. But fine, let's see if any of the... We don't know what might shed light on this mystery at this point. We must leave no stone unturned. We must reveal these people... We'll have to learn the intimate details of these people's lives. There was a strange smell of alcohol in the fridge.
Wait, how did you get into the fridge? I definitely locked it. I don't know what you're talking about.
There isn't a bar on the ship. What are you doing with all that booze?
I'm not drinking on the side, if that's what you're insinuating. Anyway, it wasn't booze you were smelling. I'm not sure what the stuff was, I never drank it.
That's not going to work. Why are you trying to lie to me?
Alright, fine, you got me. But you had no right to be rooting around in the kitchen in the first place.
It's fair. Now, I don't understand why this would be well, actually, it's suspicious because stuff is missing from it. I guess because people are asking him to drop it off to them. So yeah, there's a ledger kitchen stock.
Shit, you found that, huh? I really don't understand how.
You've been stealing food from your own kitchen. Why?
Is it really stealing? Well, sure, the ship pays for the food, but I'm the one that needs it to do their job. Someone really wants a share of the stock, and they're paying well for it. Really well.
I'm not judging you for this, Donovan. I want to be clear here. I don't presume to understand why you do the things you do, okay? And you're not hurting anyone, so... Someone knew what you were doing. Was it the captain?
Yeah, the captain started taking stock of every single thing on the ship, including the food. She wasn't too happy about her results. I feigned incompetence, but I'm not sure she bought it.
I get the feeling you're holding out a lot on me.
I've thought a lot about what all of this is about. I have one theory, but it's sort of ridiculous.
Well, what's your theory?
I've considered that someone's smuggling something, like an animal. They need foodstuffs to keep it fed and something to tranquilize it. It's not very plausible, though, is it?
That's what I was thinking, too. I mean, I wasn't thinking animal, I was thinking people, but it could be. Surely after all this time, you have to have at least one lead.
I've kept my distance on purpose. If I find out too much and they know, the deal would be broken off with something worse. Even if I had some magical piece of information, I'm not sure why I'd speak openly about it.
It's clear that Mercurio has a lot of experience with this shady figure. The evidence doesn't tell the whole story, but it must be connected to the captain and Donovan. The way he's talking, though, he'd need a gun pointed at his head before he opened up. We're not gonna point a gun at his head. Oh, hey! Sue! We weren't talking about anything, you know. Frankly, I don't think Donovan's going to hurt her. I mean, he's a big, tough guy, but, you know, he's not a bad guy. He's a seedy guy, maybe, but not a bad guy. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty? I don't want to believe anyone is guilty, but I don't have much choice. I think it was Gwen. To be honest, out of all of us here, it seemed like she was the most unstable. Why would she do it? I have no idea. Maybe I'm better off not knowing. I just want this whole thing to be over. Me too. And that's what I'm working on right now, Sue. So what if the key was planted in her room? No, I don't think so. If someone wanted to plant the key, they must have known it would be found. Not many people could know that. Anyway, I was the one that found the key in her room, and I know I didn't plant it. You don't seem very confident about that. What are you hiding, Sue? I guess I can trust you. Yeah, you can. I mean, you're talking to the safest person on the ship. Based off what Donovan said. Look, I found the key in Gwen's room, like I said. I didn't plant it either. I mean, I understand she's saying she can trust her because she's not the killer, but I didn't plant it either. But it wasn't the same key that Donovan had. I've seen that one myself. They have different designs. Maybe they're both master keys, but the key Gwen had wasn't taken from Donovan. You have to tell someone about that. Gwen is innocent. I can't. This has to stay between you and me. Think what you want about me, but I just can't let anyone else know. You don't have to understand. You won't understand. You haven't been here as long as we have. You see, it's because she would be admitting she stole the key to begin with. What are we going to do now? Garv, I think, is very suspicious, but let's see if Ferdinand has anything to say. The whole everyone on board is kind of reeling. It's just like a nightmare. It's some kind of surreal primal nightmare. Blood, accusations, gossip, people dying. And then Ferdinand goes on speaking on the, in the intercom about how I'm thinking of playing dubstep 24/7 and that kind of nonsense. What do you think happened to Donovan and Paulo? Shamefully, we may never know the precise details. However, it seems that my previous optimism regarding the captain's location may have been incorrect. We should all hope for the best, but we can't let that blind us to reality. They are most likely gone. Why do you think all of this has happened? It would seem that Gwen's paranoia got the better of her and pushed her to do some truly dreadful things. The details may be a bit murky, but I believe that I have ascertained the nature of our situation. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying Daryl would know anything, but it's at the same time, Daryl strikes me as in many ways kind of unusually insightful. His music makes us feel like we're on, some upbeat little adventure here. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty?
No, not really.
That's all you have to say?
Yes.
Who do you think the killer is, then?
Maybe you're asking the wrong questions. What makes you think it's one person?
What are you saying? There's a conspiracy?
Am I the only one that can sense it? Just how rotten this ship is? From wall to wall, from top to bottom, inside and out. It's nauseating. Maybe I'm the only innocent person here. But that's okay. I'll be far away from here very soon.
Always a philosopher. In any case, I think the captain did something really good for him. Smilo is a good woman, I think, even if she'd hit some hard times. Well, you're the last suspicious guy left. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty? Several of the ship's staff seem pretty confident she is. As for me, I have my doubts. Who do you think is guilty? Considering how Gwen was found guilty, I'd say it's very likely a staff member's guilty. Or at least involved in some way. If a staff member planted the key in Gwen's room, they could be absolutely sure it was found during the search of the ship. The search also seemed a little sudden, considering how slow everyone was to react when the captain turned up missing. The only evidence that points to Gwen was the key found in her room. But it would have been extremely simple to plant that key. In reality, there's almost nothing that actually tells us Gwen murdered 2 people last night. At this point, Garv is the... Well, I suppose Garv and Ferdinand are the only people we can't fully possess. So, I'm thinking it's one of them. I think it's probably Garv. Well, Kitty, let's go open the door to Gwen's room. That's where we're gonna look next. Oh, we are not allowed to unlock it for some inexplicable reason? Okay. Mercurio knows there's something odd going on the ship, and the captain knew about it. I don't think Mercurio killed her. The captain figured out there was something weird going on here. Now, meanwhile, there's a serial killer who got on the ship, who may or may not have something to do with the weird things being smuggled on this ship, which are probably alive. I suppose it's possible that, say, he's fed people to some animal, but I doubt it. But if it were an animal, that would once again, Garv is an animal guy. So to speak. Of course, if he is the killer, I think he's worse than an animal. The most vicious animal is just killing because it needs to. He doesn't have that excuse. Well, that's actually not quite true about animals, but anyway. So we know for a fact now that Gwen was framed. It was somebody in the staff. It wasn't Mercurio. There's some weird stuff going on with Mercurio. He isn't telling us the whole story, but I don't think he did this. I don't think he would have anything to gain by doing it. It's possible that somebody bribed him to, but what he's been bribed to do so far is petty theft. I don't think he would cover up somebody who murdered a child. Now, if it's someone on the staff then, it couldn't be Sue. I would think it would have to be Alton. It's Alton or Ferdinand, and I suppose Ferdinand's the more likely. But how do we rule out between Ferdinand and Garv is the big question here. It's possible, of course, that they're in cahoots somehow. You know what, though? I'm kind of curious if there's anything new we can say to Gwen. That's very comforting. Here's what we'll do then. How about we go talk to... Let's go get Garv. Let's possess Garv and go speak to the first mate. Actually, I've never looked at Garv's room as Garv. I imagine he might have some unique observations to make. No, I guess not. Is the door to Donovan's room open? Darn. If we could unlock it, we'd probably find something in there. Come to think of it, well, no, Gwen's the one who can look through keyholes. Shame we can't use that now, huh? What made you decide to come out here on this boat? Well, I'm trying to finish writing a book. I wanted to go to someplace I wouldn't have any distractions, someplace new. This seemed like it'd fit pretty well. And what will you do when we land? Find the cheapest lodging I can and keep pounding out pages, basically. If I get sick of the place, I'll move. Eventually, I'll head back home. But yeah, those are my grand plans as such. You could have gone anywhere. Why this boat, specifically? I don't think I can give you a satisfying answer. There wasn't much reason to it. Biggest reason is that this was cheap. I don't have much travel money as it is. Most people have a solid reason for being here, except you. Wow, is that suspicion I'm hearing? Yes, I'm a bit of a drifter. Some people are that way. Doesn't mean anything. If I had ulterior motives for being here, I probably would have come up with a better story, you know? Goodbye. Garv is a very, serious, analytical type. You look as if you're in total despair. Shouldn't I? I'm tied up here and everyone thinks I'm a murderer, but I'm innocent. Calm down. You're going to be fine. How can I be calm in circumstances like this? If you're really innocent, you'll be released after we land. What about the real murderer? They could even strike again before we land. You don't need to worry about that. I think I have things under control. Garv is so suspicious. That sounds like exactly what the killer would say. What made you want to be a sailor?
What makes a fish want to swim? What makes a bird want to fly? What makes a skunk want to expel odorous gases? It is in my bones, as simple as that. I have yearned for the great big blue for as long as I can remember. If you are looking for a baser, lesser motivation, you are searching in vain, my friend.
Yeah, we're not gonna, you can't get through to him. He is impenetrable. Jeez, I felt like restoring our memories like this was a huge breakthrough, but I am still lost. Have you heard anything new, my ghostly friend?
I've already shared everything that I've heard. The nightmare is about to begin, or has it been a nightmare all along? The voices have all had their turn. Now it is yours.
Thanks. What are we missing? What piece of evidence, what fact could we possibly be missing here? Oh man, this music reminds me of Donovan, the real hero all along. How could I have ever suspected him, huh? Let's see what happens if Donovan talks to Garv, huh? My memory is that Donovan was kind of sarcastic and rude. The issue is that, I keep calling him Donovan! The issue is that Mark is not the sort who would, be too nosy because he doesn't want to get involved in this.
Why are you here and not at home? Don't you have grandkids to look after?
I suppose you think you're being funny. I don't have any grandchildren, just children. And even then only half the time. Human relations are a complicated and messy ordeal.
Seem to have more affection for your pets than your family.
They're much more predictable. You treat them well, they treat you well. And vice versa. There's something to be said for that. That clarity. That simplicity. Of course I love my children far more than any dumb bird. But I don't have to worry about the dumb bird getting turned against me by my whore wife. Yeah. Maybe we can see if Ferdinand if we can open doors with him. Here's the strangest music. Like, Ferdinand and Garv are the only people who can open this, so that makes it so suspicious. But we have keys, remember? We could see them in our pocket when we were Sue. Well, whatever. Yeah, who else? Are there any other rooms we can go into? Okay, so he can go into her. Wait, can he go into any of the passengers' rooms? Can he look into her room? Yeah, he can! I didn't know this! Yeah, that's right. Actually, wait, does he have different observations for everything? It's a giant rust... Nah. A backpack lies on the floor. Root through it! Shamelessly rooting through somebody else's backpack reveals assorted medicines, family photos, can of mace, and what appear to be small souvenirs. A strange combination. Yeah. Any case, I should probably be rejoicing that we can get into... Hey, hold on. Does that mean we can open the door to the captain's room? Yeah, we can! Yeah, most giant chests are locked. I guess Donovan locked it when he was done. Well, fine. Yeah, you know, I don't really think there are any rooms up here other than, Donovan's room that could potentially have something valuable in them. Yeah, and sign Donovan, because F is Ferdinand, yeah. Okay, hey. There's an open laptop running on the desk. Needs a password to log in. Well, let's try, Lucille. Well, would you look at that? It logged in. You know what this means? I'm a hacker. Haha. Check the camera recordings, or check the email, actually. I'm just kind of curious what a Ferdinand is going to think if he reads this. Yeah, check the camera recordings. Well, someone's been a busy little spy. There's lots of footage here. I can look at the footage of specific periods of time or focus on each camera. Footage for each camera. B2 or B1. This is the middle floor where all the staff stay. Usually people are walking through here to reach the upper deck where I don't have any cameras. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, I see. They didn't change the text. I see. He says I because they didn't write new text for him going through it, after Donovan goes through it. Almost every day since we've disembarked, in fact. Daryl walks through here. I suppose he could just be reading the notes that Donovan left. Yeah. Camera on B2. This is the lowest floor where all the... Yes. As expected, there's a lot of people moving in and out of their rooms from day to day. The only constant is that black cat which wanders around everywhere. Yeah, okay, so... Okay, so we don't have much here. Well, whatever. He saw the camera recording, so that's something. So there's another idea I had. I can possess people. He's saying he's getting too old for this. What if he's getting too old for professional killing? I mean, his reaction to seeing a ghost of the dead woman is a can't be. Now, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I might respond that way to a ghost. But anyway, let me explain my idea. I can carry other people in, then switch to Gwen real quick to talk to them as Gwen. Please, listen to me. Of course. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I believe you, Gwen. The problem is I believe I'm in the minority. I have to admit, if you are being framed, it is very deliberate. You make the best scapegoat of us all. Excuse me? Quiet, nervous, paranoid, defensive, no strong relation with any passengers, and hints of a troubled past. Unable to truly advocate for herself and easily overwhelmed by circumstance. Gwen, you are the perfect mark. Never mind. We're not gonna get very far with him. You know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna check a walkthrough already. I'm not going through this with all these different variable people, because it'll be the same dialogue options each time, you know? Except for the option we need to find. Which is engaging enough, but not what I feel like doing. Yeah, this isn't gonna help us. So let's try it. Let's do it this way then.
What? Wait, no. That wasn't just a hallucination. I feel like she's watching, and I'm not a superstitious person. Is she here to help, or get revenge?
I feel like he has an idea of who killed her. He's just not saying, but I don't think he killed her. No! Oh, it turns out we didn't need to fully possess her. We just need to, like, partially do it. Okay, well, fine. No, please, listen to me.
Fine, I'm listening.
You have to believe me. I didn't do it.
Why should anyone believe you? You've been sneaking around and acting suspicious since the day you got here. It's no surprise you're the one under suspicion.
I thought someone was following me. That's all.
You should just listen to yourself. That explanation only makes you look worse. You thought someone was following you? What's that all about?
I thought someone was going to take me back home.
Listen, I don't know exactly what you've been through, but I can probably relate. A little. But other people, they don't know, or they don't care, and they definitely don't understand. You have to find some other way to deal with it.
You can relate?
My family was kind of a mess. My dad had some issues, and he had, well, his own way of dealing with it. He'd beat me till I was bloody, using anything in arm's reach. There were times I really thought he'd kill me. Maybe he thought he would too.
Oh my god, Mercurio. The first person who actually opened up and stopped to listen to Gwen, other than her longtime friend Quella, of course. Her longtime 3-day friend. Did you ever tell anyone?
Who could I tell? And how would it help? They'd see me the day after, all beaten to a pulp. They could hear it happening. No one cared.
Thank you for sharing with me.
You shouldn't thank me. I still can't help you.
I never saw that key before in my life.
That's real strange since we found it in your room. Weirder things have happened, though.
The real killer must still be out there.
Well, when we find him, I'll be the first to let you go. Until then, you're our best suspect.
Do you really think I'm the murderer?
Here's the thing. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think. 'Cause I'm not gonna free you either way.
You know me. You know what I've been through. You know I'm innocent.
Yeah, I do. But there's still a lot you don't know about me. You know what? Here, I'll let you in on a secret. I know it wasn't you. Because I was the one that planted the key in your room.
What? Why would you do that?
It's a little complicated. I don't expect you to understand.
You need to tell everyone. They'll let me go if you tell them.
That's the last thing I'm going to do. Look, Gwen, we had a moment just now. We've both been through some shit. And that's great. But this is a different matter entirely. This is business. There are forces larger than both of us at work here. My advice for you is to just go along with it. You're not going to come to harm. If you're innocent, which I know you are, you'll be let go by the police after their investigation. Probably. But until then, this little play has to keep on going.
Why are you telling me this?
Well, I thought you should know. You deserve the truth. It's nothing personal. I'm really just following instructions. But I'm mainly telling you because there's literally nothing you can do about it. You just try and tell people I planted the key. go on. They won't believe you. It's your word against mine. Just keep calm and this whole thing will be over before you know it. Okay? Okay.
What a breakthrough. What a breakthrough. Wow. We should probably save. You know what? Something else I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go make a copy of this save file. Or, you know what? Nah, not yet. I'll do it later. I just have a feeling I might make some slip up near the end and everybody will die or something. Well, let's see if Sue or somebody can talk to him about this. I'm going with Sue because, you know, she's like his buddy. Yeah. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty?
It kind of speaks for itself, doesn't it? The Master Key was last seen with Donovan, he goes missing, and all of a sudden Gwen has it. We also know Donovan would have never willingly given it to anyone. He was on some sort of crusade.
What if the key was... Oh, yeah! Sue does know this. The key Donovan had and the key I found in Gwen's room. They weren't the same.
They weren't the same? Well, that doesn't make sense. There should be only one master key to the ship. What are you saying?
There must be two master keys then.
By itself is not too strange to have a spare key, but I never heard of that key before. Why all the secrecy? And where'd the second key been up to this point?
I'm saying Gwen must be innocent. The key in her room wasn't taken from Donovan.
Maybe it wasn't, but that doesn't make things any less suspicious. Where did the key come from, then? Did this key previously belong to the captain? If that's the case, it's even more incriminating. And how did it wind up in her room?
Maybe it was planted by somebody.
Well, that's one theory. Here's another. It wasn't planted because she took the key herself. As far as I can see, my theory is way simpler. So I'll go along with that one.
Occam's razor. Oh, but Mark. I know something that I couldn't possibly know, that Sue couldn't possibly know, but that Smeela does. You can drop the act. I know you planted the key in her room, Mercurio.
Huh? Where's this coming from? So maybe the key in Gwen's room wasn't the same. How does that mean I planted it there? Why would I do something like that?
I don't think Mark is a killer. I really don't. But this could shake him up a bit. Maybe you're the killer. You took out Donovan and got the key from him.
Didn't you just tell me that Donovan's key and this one are different? You don't even have your basic facts straight, and you're accusing me of murder. Are you even listening to yourself at this point?
Well, I figured that might happen. I don't know exactly. But I know you planted the key.
Huh. Well, I have no idea where you're getting this stuff from. I mean, I don't know how you expect me to have planted the key if there was no way for me to have it in the first place. How about you come back to me when you got your story straight?
What are you doing there? Well, anyway. If we can get a story straight. Ah, darn. She's in a real rush to get back to her job. I don't understand why she spends all that time, though, there, because it's not like anyone is eating there right now, you know? Okay, that was actually some interesting characterization of Gwen right there. But I suppose what happened to Gwen was she was in some kind of horrible situation in the past. And since then, she's been having, it's resulted in a long-standing paranoia that has not gone away. Can you listen to me? Yeah, sure. Think I already know what you're going to say. I never saw that key before in my life. What are you trying to say? You saw the key Donovan had, right? And we found it in your room. The end. Nothing else to talk about. You're not... But it wasn't the same key. Gwen, you were just telling Donovan this. I mean, I know that it was us in your body, but you should still know, right? Well... You have to believe me. I didn't do it. Cute. Why should I believe you? Why should I believe anyone? Don't you get it? We're all liars here. Not everyone. Not Quella. Quella, she seems like a good person. Donovan seemed like a good person too, and he put his trust in me. What would Quella say if she really knew? Okay, maybe now we can talk to Sue as Quella, right? Gwen is absolutely right about Quella being this amazing person. I wish I knew someone as great as Quella. No, okay, this isn't gonna work. Okay, so it looks like once again what we need to do is not something that would have occurred to me normally. Alton! Alton is who we need to possess. Now, I'm not sure why. Fully possessing anyone should give us the same amount of control. So hey there, Sue. I don't think there's anything... I mustn't have fully possessed him. No! These people are in such a hurry to get back to their jobs. And his job is just standing around in here, like, being ineffective because no one shows up. Alright, man. You know, Smila's become a sort of master of interpersonal relations. In some sense, she's just trying to save everyone on board at this point. I guess Paulo was right about the impending nightmare. What did Donovan steal from your room again? Oh, it was a, family heirloom. It was a tea set I got from my mother. I thought it was an old vase. Huh? Did I say that? Well, there was a vase as part of the tea set. Yeah, that's what I meant. It was a tea vase. I know he took the master key from you. Stop lying. What? I don't know how Donovan got the master key, but it wasn't through me. As a waitress, I never had access to it. What would give you that idea? You stole the key from the pilot house, just like you've stolen from me and others. Christ. Are there any secrets left? How much do you know? Well, guess it's not really important. I know basically everything. What I don't know yet is why you took the master key. You said it yourself. Just like I've stolen from everyone else, I took the key so I could grab stuff. With it, I could get into anyone's room and take what I want. No. Around the same time the captain went missing, you took the key. That isn't just a coincidence. Since I took that key, everyone has started spiraling downwards. I thought I could just keep it under wraps and it'd go away, but I was wrong. None of this should have happened. I don't understand. I didn't want any of this. That night, I received a note telling me that I'd find the key in the pilot house, ordering me to take it for myself and hide it. An order? From who? I don't know. It was anonymous. I don't recognize the handwriting, and it was left discreetly. Why were you told to hide the key? I can only guess. Maybe I was supposed to hide the key from Donovan. Well, he found it anyway, of course, and then he disappeared. Why did you follow the orders? And this is, I think, a better question. It's not the first set of instructions I've gotten. I have an arrangement. I did small errands, moved things around, and I got paid. Just like Mark. I never understood it, but I didn't have to. Of course I was suspicious, but it was all harmless stuff. This is what I think we should say. Thanks for opening up to me. What can we do now? Although once again, guys, don't get involved in something if you don't understand what you're getting involved in. Well, as long as Gwen is positioned to take all the blame, the truth will never come out. If her name is cleared, the investigation can continue. Someone must have planted the key in her room, right? That's the only explanation. I have an idea who it might be. It must have been Staff. No, I'd have to be out of my mind to confront him about it. Given that the key Donovan had is different from the one found in Gwen's room, she's talking to herself now. Is it possible that I'm not the only one who was getting anonymous orders? What if someone else was bribed to plant the key in Gwen's room? But who else would it be? We both know that, Sue. We both know that. And while you would never confront him about it, Smeela has no such reservations. Do you believe that Gwen is guilty?
Kinda speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, this dialogue again. I do think it would be better if there was some different dialogue when you talk to them the second time. The first time, it works, but you can repeat it after that, but as it is, I don't know. But he was on some kind of crusade, and so we tell him the keys weren't the same key, and he says that it doesn't matter, and it was taken from her by Donovan. And here we go. And because we know he planted the key, and it's going to be because we're also receiving orders to do these strange things. You planted the key because you were following instructions. I bet you were anonymously given the key, too.
Wait. What? I mean...
You've been getting instructions for a while, and you follow them because you're getting paid for it.
How did you... Where... Wait, I get it. You've been receiving instructions too, haven't you? Of course you have. Fine. You're right. Congratulations. I was given a key and told to plant it in Gwen's room, which is exactly why this has to remain a secret. If people find out, this gravy boat we've got going is going to turn over, and I need that money, Sue. I really need it.
Are you crazy? 3 people are missing or dead. What if you're working for a murderer?
Slow down. We don't know if there's a direct connection between these instructions and what happened to the others. And if there is, well, that's all the more reason not to rock the gravy boat. Seems like this would be the most dangerous time to stick my neck out.
What else have you been instructed to do?
That's not something I need to tell you. Nothing illegal, don't worry. And nothing crazy. All very harmless.
It's not up to you. I'm taking this to Ferdinand.
Wait, what? If that idiot finds out, who knows what's going to happen? Sue, come on, be reasonable here.
I'm the only one being reasonable here. You can be there when I tell him what's going on, or you can talk to him afterwards.
God damn it, fine. I'll go along with your supposed heroism for now. I'd like to be there to make sure Ferdinand doesn't go ahead with something crazy. But just to be clear, I think you're making a big mistake here.
Now we're gonna save, man. Look at her contemplating that flower and the miracle of life. Even a single blossom, just, something we take so for granted, even that is actually something amazing, isn't it? All life is a miracle, and you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. We're gonna stop all this, and we're gonna go tell Ferdinand. Because you know what? I don't think Ferdinand's the killer. I think his whole point of his foolishness is that he can't be it.
Why, hello there. How's the diner? As the first mate of this fine vessel, it is my duty to help the staff in any way. If you have any need of my assistance, let me know post-haste.
That's weird. Why can't we tell him? Do we not possess her all the way? There we go.
Let's go.
I have solid proof that the key found in Gwen's room was planted there.
The key? Planted? What are you talking about here?
The key I saw in Donovan's room isn't the same as the one found in Gwen's room, and Marturio admitted to planting that key to incriminate Gwen.
This is quite the revelation, Sue. Marturio, is she correct? Yeah, she's right. I received the key in a package, along with anonymous instructions to plant it in Gwen's room. What? You cannot be serious! My very own staff working behind my back to throw off my investigation!
Actually, I've been following anonymous instructions as well. We have both been for quite some time.
I don't understand. What instructions? Why would you do something like this? For money. Whoever was anonymously sending instructions would also send handsome payments at the end. And honestly, it's been going on for a long time, since before the captain even worked on this ship. Well, this is incredibly suspicious, don't you think? Why, it adds a completely different dimension to our entire situation. As for Gwen, perhaps it is not her, but the two of you who should be restrained in the observation room. What sort of employees keep such secrets from their superiors, and at such a critical time? Sure. The real issue is, what are you going to do with this information now?
Well, there is no longer a point to keeping Gwen tied up. Our main priority now should be to find out who this strange figure is issuing out commands and bribing our staff. Any ideas? Well, we can cross one person off the list. Me. I have access to every room on the ship, with or without a master key. I'd have no need to bribe someone to plant a key in Gwen's room. I could do it myself.
Also, I get my orders while the ship was at sea, so obviously it has to be someone on the ship now.
That implies it must be one of the ship's residents. But which one? I think so, probably that one, but might as well see what Ferdinand has to say. Do you think this is the same person responsible for the recent disappearances?
You have to admit there's nothing directly linking the two. Like I said, these orders have been coming in for a long time. It's not a new...
I don't know why I'm having trouble breathing suddenly.
It's not a new occurrence.
Sure, but if this person wanted Gwen incriminated, sounds like an attempt to throw suspicion off themselves. That's a pretty strong connection, in my opinion.
If you say so.
What should be our next course of action?
We know now that Gwen's innocent, but not a whole lot else. So how much has really changed? If we can't be certain who the culprit is, we don't have much choice but to wait until we've landed. We can lock the ship down until authorities have carried out an investigation and questioned everybody.
Not the ideal course of action. I'd like to revisit the evidence with this new information. But I have to admit, if we can't prove one person is guilty, I'm not sure what there is to do. Bind everyone in their rooms? That's not a real solution. None of those are solutions. We need to find the killer and apprehend them, or they will get away.
Uh-huh. And just how do you propose we do that?
Donovan was looking for a hidden area to the ship before he was killed. I know for a fact it exists, and where to find it, but only the master key can open it.
What? You never mentioned this to me before, Sue.
You know where to find it? That's incredible news! And if Donovan perished in his search for this area, that implies there's something to find there. Perhaps something that your anonymous donor wants to remain hidden, no?
If Donovan went missing looking for it, then that's all the more reason we should steer clear of it. Let the guys with guns and badges investigate it.
That's not a bad point. We need to think about our own safety, as well as that of the passengers. I've got it. What if everyone went into this hidden area together? Safety in numbers and all that. If one of the people on this ship is a murderer, they won't be able to try anything funny. They'll be completely outnumbered.
You can't be serious. Well, we just round up everyone and march them around?
Precisely. I can call everyone together, and we can make a full sweep of the area. If there's evidence that ties everything together, we'll find it. Perfect. We'll find out the secret that Donovan was killed to hide, and set everything straight. At least I hope so. Sue, when you're ready, let me know where the area is, and I'll bring the passengers together. A word of caution, though. I believe this is the safest action for all of us, but that doesn't mean it is necessarily safe. Once we put this plan in motion, there's no telling what will happen or what we'll find. So I urge you, we should explore every lead and make sure all loose ends are tied up before we go ahead with this.
I just hope you guys know what you're doing.
I do too. Oh, I just remembered. I should probably let Gwen go and make an announcement. Like I said, Sue, come talk to me when you're sure you're ready, and not a moment sooner.